All right, back to it as we continue the conversation. We're going to go back to the State of the State address in Lansing by Governor Whitmer. Fix the damn roads. I mean, that was it, right? That was it. Fix the damn roads. That was the battle cry. That was what's going to get it done. And then, remember, Bill Schuette said, you're going to try to raise gas taxes by 50 cents or whatever, 45. I'll never do that. Then she came back and said, I'm going to raise gas taxes by 50 cents. Or 45. State Representative Phil Green from House District 67 in the great city of Millington is with me now. Phil, nice to see you here on the program. I found a beautiful beer tent in Millington one night years ago. Anyhow, it's an aside.
I can tell you what month it was, too.
Yeah. Anyhow, that was a long time ago. I had some friends up in Millington. All right, so the state of the state. Look, the roads are no better, and some would say arguably worse today than when Gretchen Whitmer took office. I mean, it's not gotten any better, my friend, has it?
No, it hasn't. Actually, one of my colleagues coming back from Detroit on Saturday night hit a pothole on 96 and caused $800 worth of damage. Her tire went rolling right past her as she was driving down the road. Well, not really driving at that point, but
sliding.
No, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. So what did you hear? Anything encouraging? Anything that stands out?
So every year, right around this time, the governor comes out with a great speech, really telling people what they really want to hear. And so, I mean, I heard a lot of interesting, great things. We want to improve education. We want to improve the roads. We want to improve health outcomes. Unfortunately, after 7 years, I sort of feel the same broken record where it's like, okay, give us a proposal. Give us something that we can actually do as a state legislature. And, raising gas taxes 45 cents just is not an option in today's economy.
Yeah. So, look, I drive, and look, there's some roads that have been improved. I mean, I'll give credit where credit's due. Some roads have been improved, but the main roads around me where I live, between you and Detroit, look, these secondary roads that are main arteries, but they're secondary roads. And you drive, you'll knock a filling. You won't just lose the tire. You'll knock a filling loose, right? You'll break a tooth because your mouth hits so hard. I mean, they're terrible. You can't ride a bike down them. I mean, they're awful. My wife and I like to pedal bike, right? To go out and ride bikes in the better weather. It's most of these places have been patched 6 times. So you got all this different patchwork. You got other holes. You've got sides of the road that have been completely decayed that have turned into dust. And you know what the problem with all that is, Phil? We're still paying for a lot of it. A lot of it's still amortized over time. Yeah. We're still paying for roads that have been completely pulverized. They're junk. We would be better off going back to dirt roads in some areas or gravel roads in some areas. It'd be cheaper and more effective. Well, it'd be more effective, wouldn't it? I mean, look at all this money we're wasting.
And you look at those local roads and the funding mechanism, we have done everything possible over the last 30 years to strangle the pipeline of dollars to our local governments, to our local roads. And you're exactly right. It shows. It shows that our local governments don't have the funds to repair their township roads, to repair their municipal roads. Sure, we've replaced some bridges, and sure, we put a HOV lane on I-75, but what about the roads we drive on every day to get to school, to drive on every day to get to our grocery stores? I know personally I spend a couple $1,000s a year per vehicle that I own on suspension, tie rods, and all struts and all that. And Michigan, we're sick and tired of being second-rate citizens, of looking at everything and saying, look, we got these great interstates, but we can't afford to drive on our local roads. And the governor's solution just has been unattainable.
Yeah. But they want to raise taxes to do it now. If I'm not mistaken, there was a surplus of $9 billion with a B when Gretchen came into office.
So when I came into office with governor, our general fund, the amount of money that we brought in from our locals, was around $10 billion. Six years later, it is $17 billion. Our general fund has grown by $7 billion. But then you add in the total budget, it's grown by almost $22 billion. Yet we can't find $3 billion to fix our roads.
How is it that Michigan needs $85 billion to run the state when states like Pennsylvania can do it on $30 billion less? How is that?
We've done a great job kingdom building. We've done a great job of just expanding our friends, sending money to our friends. And you can see that through the economic development, really bad deals that we've made where we will, if you'll bring in 100 jobs, we'll give you $1 billion to do this. And we've made some really bad deals. We've used the state funds to buy our friends, and it's sickening. It's beyond comprehension as to what is happening in Lansing.
Well, Phil, it's time to clean up our act. I don't know how we get there because we talk about it, and we seem to circle around on the same bad road and end up in the same place. I'll give you the last word.
Yeah. But I will tell you that over the last 6 months, what you've seen from the Republican leadership in the House is we're sick and tired of business as usual. We're now trying to bring transparency to those really bad government grants to organizations just to make them your friend. We're looking at different ways to open the door for ethics and for transparency reforms. This Republican leadership in the House is serious about doing the work for the people and making sure that we are smart and in the sunshine as to how we're going to do it.
Well, Phil, I hope we're on the right track. I certainly do. Thank you for being here today, and of course, we'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Now, people ask me every day, hey, how can I spend my time in a more productive way, Steve? And look, here's one of the ways you can do it. I don't care what you're up to, but if you go to Hillsdale College, you can find 40 free educational seminars, if you will. Right now, there's one on 1984 and A Brave New World with Larry Arnn, the president of Hillsdale, talking about these books and how important they are to explain tyranny in your life. 40 free online educational experiences at gruberforhillsdale.com. It's free. You can share it with your friends. You can do it yourself. It's eye-opening and enriching. You're going to like this a lot. Ivy and I have done it. We like it a lot. Constitution 101, C.S. Lewis, all sorts of great things. These books that Larry Arnn's talking about, you can find them all. gruberforhillsdale.com, and it's free. You can't beat it. It's a lot of fun, too. Hillsdale. Check it out, gruberforhillsdale.com.